Hello, I'm Chase Keene, and I have a question for those running for Fairfax County Sheriff. As law enforcement professionals, members of the Sheriff's Office must protect public safety while also respecting the due process rights of persons accused of crimes. In what specific ways would you seek to achieve that balance?
Thank you for that question. In terms of your question that you asked, what ways would we seek to protect those accused of crimes? Is that what your question was? Okay. Well, let me just say this. The Sheriff's Office, we have, as I mentioned before, over 1,130 inmates on a given day. What I have done is I have raised the bar in terms of helping individuals once they do get out of jail. It is our responsibility as a Sheriff's Office to be responsible and to provide individuals with the tools that they need in order to be successful when they go back out into the community. I will tell you that we had our first ever inmate resource fair where over 200 of our inmates were able to partner with over 20 agencies that range from housing, shelter, job skills, employment opportunities, mental health, probation, and parole. That was so successful that we're actually having another inmate resource fair on October 8th. So in terms of re-entry, which is a very big deal for us, again, the people that are coming out of jail, they may be neighbors, they may be people that you've heard of, they may be family members. It's our responsibility to ensure that we continue to keep Fairfax County and the city of Fairfax safe by providing the best possible training and skill set for those individuals who, again, people deserve a second chance. And that's what we do. But we are about making things better and coming up with solutions and not just focusing on everyday problems. We do treat our inmate population with dignity and respect, just as we expect, and I expect my staff to treat everyone that they do come into contact with. So thank you very much for your question.
In 2013, I made a platform in my last campaign, and that campaign had two items, and that was trying to increase transparency in the jail so folks like you and your parents can understand what the Sheriff's Department does. Delegates, Board of Supervisors, school board meetings, were all televised. So I wanted to go ahead and put cameras in the jail because I wanted to go ahead and ensure that folks had trust in us. That was turned down by the sheriff that was elected. Didn't feel like that was important. The second thing was I wanted deputies and police officers to treat people with mental illness with more dignity, compassion, and understanding. 2 years ago, I mentioned a program called Crisis Intervention Training. It's how we treat people inside our jail, and it's just like I told you earlier. Gives deputies a chance to understand people that are going through mental crisis. Gives them compassion, lets them understand, lets them identify symptoms of people going through mental crisis. It doesn't have to be with just people that are going through mental crisis that have mental illnesses. It works for everybody. I proposed this in August of 2013, and it was dismissed by the sheriff. Voters didn't believe that this could possibly be a great tool. I entered the race on August 7th of 2013, and we had a shooting of a Fairfax County officer. That was a man that was going through a mental crisis in Springfield. 15 months later, after the sheriff was elected, had a terrible tragedy that occurred in our jail, dealing with somebody that was going through a mental crisis. Never once did they try to go ahead and communicate with this person. That's what I'm asking about. Communicate with people before we use force.